What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody's doing good on this Monday. Interesting day at training camp. Interesting day on social media when it comes to New York Jets. As Mekhi Becton went down with an injury, and as of now, we really don't know how serious it is. But it was so weird to see fans of the New York Jets feel so like they were waiting for this to happen to go out and attack Mekhi Becton, call him a bust, call him fat, call him lazy, call him injury prone, call him all these things. Like, aren't you fans of the team? Like, don't you want to see him succeed? Or is it more important for you to get a hot takeout or just say, I told you so, or whatever else? We don't even know what you're even talking about. We don't even know the significance of the injury as of this moment, which is like, what, 8 o'clock Monday night? I don't get it, man. Like, I don't understand that faction of the fan base. But the injury, no doubt, does raise some concerns. And the weird thing is how this is all played out. So Mekhi Becton reports to training camp, and we were actually at the first practice, the open practice on that Saturday. And obviously, he's working hard to get into football shape. He got himself into shape, but being in shape and then football shape and gain shape, there's a process for that. So he's working his way. You could see he was working his ass off, but he was laboring a little bit. You could see he was getting winded. He was getting gassed. That was being reported early on. And there were times when I would tell primetime, it looked like he was limping. But what it is when you come back for a significant injury like this, you're going to be hesitant. You're going to be tentative until you get confidence in that you could take that first hit or you could take that movement and it's okay. So there's things mentally and physically you have to overcome as you come back from a significant injury. But there are times where I thought I saw him limping on that first Saturday. There's times where you saw it, this past Saturday where he just didn't seem comfortable. He added the knee brace, which is fine, but it seems like it's a fine line between, are you toughing it out and trying to just get over a minor injury, or are you playing and making things worse? And that's something the Jets have to determine. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not there every day. But that's the kind of thing where they kept saying he's trying to prove himself to the team and his teammates that he wants it bad, and he wants to overcome whatever little things he's dealing with. And unfortunately today, now it's a setback. Now, however long he's going to be out, we don't know. But now there is some uncertainty. And the uncertainty is, everybody wants to sign Dwayne Brown. Well, are you bringing Dwayne Brown in as the right tackle or the left tackle? If you're bringing him in as the left tackle, now you're moving George Fant to the right side, where is that even his best position to play? So now you're reshuffling your offensive line again. Now you have to relearn everything that's going on, and it's not ideal. Because in the perfect world, you want to have your starting five playing together for a good portion of training camp. So week one, there's no confusion with line calls, the protections are intact, and everything else. So, ideally for me, I think I said ideally 5 times already, but to me, you try to find a situation where George Fant stays on the left side. Him and Tomlinson are there, everybody kind of there, and then you replace the right tackle. Now, unfortunately, the Jets don't have one on the roster you feel comfortable with. Now, going back, if you watch my videos for however many months, we kept saying offensive tackle depth is a concern. You got to find somebody to sign. And that was a calculated risk that Joe Douglas has taken. And obviously, there's moves that still could be made. I know they signed some guy today that played with the Saints and whoever else, but this is a little bit of a challenge here. So what we're hoping for is that Mekhi Becton is not out a long period of time, because now it's like if he's out a long period of time, he still has to get acclimated to playing on the right side of the line. He still has to get used to playing next to Vera Tucker. He still has to get used to playing in this offense because he hasn't done it yet. So a lot of acclimation still needs to happen before week one. So this, a long period of time, him being out is going to be a big setback, and it could be unsettling depending on how the Jets handle this. So not ideal, man. This is rough. I feel bad for him because the kid's trying, man. Like, I don't feel like it's necessary to pounce on him. And then, to assume, that was the other weird thing on Twitter today, was everybody's assuming, oh, he's out for the year, he's out for 6 weeks. Like, everybody's a doctor all of a sudden. Let it play out. Let him go for the MRI. Now, the one thing I will say is, when an injury like this happens and the press conference is, 45 minutes later, of course, Saleh is going to say all the right things. They're not concerned, everything's stable, this and that, until you get the MRI. I mean, all you can do is, portray a positive image, because in the meanwhile, you may be talking to free agents trying to sign somebody. You don't want to say, you know what, we're very concerned because the price tag for Dwayne Brown just went up. So you got to let it all play out and see where it is. You'll probably know more tomorrow. And for me, for the sake of all our sanity and the team, I hope Becton is out, if at all, a very, very short period of time, and he could recover quickly. But, there's just some things here that you're kind of concerned. And I think if he is out for any kind of period of time, the Jets will get questions saying, we saw him limping in practice. If we can see it, you saw it, why didn't you take him out? Like, sometimes you either got to save a player from himself or you got to do the right thing for long term. Like, you know what, if we taper you down a little bit now for 3 or 4 days, you'll be here week one. So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Doesn't make me feel all great right now. It's definitely a problem because you want your offensive line to be like the foundation of your team. But we'll see what happens tomorrow.